Okay, I'll go record. Hi, my name is Martha. I'm a clinical sexologist and a relationship counselor, and I've been doing my practice for 10 years in Singapore. And I also learned Tantra. So I met Binoy in one of the retreats that I attended, and he is the closest practitioner to me, being Indian and in India, and of course he travels around the world, and so I connected with him, and now inviting him to Singapore to do a weekend retreat. Weekend experience training for people in Singapore. So it's March 23rd and 24th. Check it out. But I wanted to use this video to ask him the question, ask Binoy the question. Hello, Binoy. Ask Binoy the question. Um, what is Tantra and how can people start to learn about Tantra?
Uh, hey Martha, thanks for making this time to create this video together, and also thank you for inviting me to Singapore. Honored to be visiting your sacred space there and the community that you're building. So it depends on how much time we have to answer the question, what is Tantra? And I also feel like with this question, it's really important to go on a personal journey of exploration to discover what is Tantra, and not necessarily only through reading books, which helps, uh, also using the wisdom of the heart, feeling into the wisdom of the belly, and deeper feeling the wisdom of the genitals. Uh, so to go a little bit deeper into this question, I resonate with, I've been exploring Tantra both from the Tibetan side of Tantra and also the classical Indian Tantra. This is a broad simplification because we could go into more specific or granular labels about what exactly the exploration has been. And also exploring sexual shamanism more broadly. Uh, and Tantra in India, both from the Tibetan tradition and from the Hindu tradition, has classically referred to scriptures that were written exploring the nature of reality. However, more recently, Tantra has in some ways been the idea of what Tantra is has been becoming a more condensed way to refer to sexuality and spirituality as being two sides of the same coin, referring to this place where life force energy originates from, back to source, and experiencing that experientially through the wisdom of the body, not as necessarily a mental concept where we can argue about what is Tantra or what isn't Tantra, or what is traditional Tantra, or what is Neo Tantra, what is the label that we're putting. But beyond all of the labels that I sometimes find creates more separation, to move beyond the separation towards something that I'm just going to call non-duality, beyond duality, beyond separation, back to some embodied experience of wholeness. This is the first time I'm listening to myself, uh, share about what Tantra is in this way, and it keeps changing. However, This is what I feel to share today.
No, it's
And
beautiful.
thank you. And I also feel it's really important, especially with the question, what is Tantra, to go on the journey, to begin going on this journey yourself, to discover, to certainly use what other people say, to test it very scientifically through experiences that you can have or may not have. But generally, across traditions, Tantra is a deeper way of looking at the human experience. And by deeper way, I mean not just through the lens of the mind, through what we may want to interpret, but also taking into consideration the wisdom of other important centers of the body, the heart, the second brain or the belly, and the genitals. And finding deeper places of alignment through breath, through movement, through placement of awareness, and specific ways of sounding to feel life force energy vibrating through our bodies.
I love the way you talk. You just make everything sound so luscious and yummy.
Thank you.
It's true. Yeah. Okay. Wait. So I have the workshop description in front of me. Okay. So I'm gonna just read it out for everybody who is not familiar with Binoy. So he's an international tantric guide and creator of global temple arts events. Growing up in both urban and rural India, he was fascinated with the places of synergy and separation between the mystical and the logical. So he studied engineering at university, but really wanted to travel the world, and so did so, experiencing wisdom traditions from other parts of the world. So he moved to Europe in his 20s, seeking a deeper meaning to life, and he can speak 7 languages. So now he continues in his tantric studies, exploring embodied practices and traditions such as Argentina Tango, yoga, and shamanism. So tell us, what are the languages that you can speak?
Wow, yeah, I speak a few. I like to count Argentinian Tango as a language that I speak. Just an embodied language without words, and I sometimes find those are the most powerful languages when we don't actually need to use any words and can still communicate. I do speak Swedish and Spanish and Hindi and Marathi and Konkani. Those are some of the other languages that I do speak. So
Great.
three, sorry, yeah. And as you were reading my own description, my own bio back to me, uh, what I felt like sharing is I've always been fascinated by this question of if India is such a magnificently beautiful, spiritually rich place, why sometimes on the physical level is it also so underdeveloped? And this is a question that I've been exploring. So when the invitation through this weekend is certainly to awaken to Tantra, we will also be using the best of other Western traditions where they serve and science where it serves. So it's a synergy, it's a bringing together of whatever serves that's very tantric in its essence, which has also been one of the big questions through my life. And to answer this question, I've essentially I began traveling about 15 years ago, and the journey continues. I'm still learning.
We're all learning, myself included. Okay, so this is one of the videos that we're making. So check out the other videos about Benoit. I'm going to put all that in my YouTube channel, so do check it out. And check out our weekend experience in March as well. So this is Martha of Eros Coaching, and that's Binoy, international tantric guide and friend, and powerful masculine man.
Masculine and feminine, hopefully.
Masculine and feminine.
Thank you,
I'm
Martha.
Thank you. I'm masculine and feminine too. Okay. Pause.